Hey everyone, and welcome back to Vibrations and Manifestations. I'm Jared.
And I'm Alicia. Today we're plunging into a really fascinating area. It touches on deep peace, personal suffering, and, well, the very nature of reality itself.
We're exploring the profound insights of Eckhart Tolle, whose work, as you know, has resonated with millions.
And we're looking specifically at how his teachings, particularly around presence and the ego, shed light on, and maybe sometimes seem to challenge popular ideas about manifestation.
Right, thinking about things like the teachings of Abraham Hicks, we want to kind of show you the whole picture, the different angles.
Exactly. So the core question we're tackling today is something like, are stillness and striving, opposites?
Or could they actually be complementary? Two sides of the same coin leading to a more fulfilled life.
That's the goal. Our mission for you by the end of this deep dive is that you'll have a clearer grasp of these deep connections between your inner state and what shows up outside.
Hopefully empowering you to approach your own life, your own desires with more awareness.
Yeah.
And maybe less struggle.
Okay, let's dive in. To really start, we need to understand this labyrinth of suffering, as it's described. We need to look at the ego's grip.
And a powerful place to start is Eckhart Tolle's own story. It's quite compelling.
Yeah, imagine profound anxiety, intense panic attacks. He talks about suicidal depression. That was his reality.
And this constant stream of unhappy thoughts, this inner torment, led him to this really pivotal question.
Right. If I cannot live with myself, who is the I and who is the self I cannot live with?
Exactly. And asking that apparently just broke something open. It led to this spontaneous spiritual awakening he describes.
What's so striking is this idea that awakening often doesn't come from comfort, does it? It comes from tribulation.
Or dukkha, yeah.
Yeah.
That deep sense of suffering, misery,
Yeah.
unsatisfactoriness.
It really seems like it's often right at that edge, the edge of despair, where something new can actually emerge.
Mm-hmm. And that leads us right into the nature of psychological suffering itself.
Okay.
The insights we're exploring really point to this voice in the head as the main source.
It's not just a metaphor, is it? It feels very real.
No, it's that continuous, often negative self-talk. The stories we spin about everything, situations, our life, other people.
And the body reacts.
Oh, absolutely. The body apparently reacts to these fearful thoughts as if they're actual present dangers, which causes real anxiety, real stress.
Wow. And over time, that can even impact physical health.
Definitely. And for so many people, that mental commentary is almost nonstop and often quite negative.
So if that inner narrator is causing so much trouble, what is this ego it represents exactly?
Well, the ego in this context is described as a mind-made sense of self. It's like the you that's always looking outside itself for validation.
Okay.
And it feels this constant sense of lack almost, no matter what it achieves. It's this total identification with your thoughts, your emotions, memories, conditioning.
And external stuff too, like possessions, status.
Exactly. Possessions, looks, status, knowledge, opinions, all of it. This identity, the teachings say, is actually fictitious.
Fictitious. Wow.
Yeah. And it inherently leads to feeling lack or insufficiency, which is why it needs constant comparison. It needs to feel superior to feel okay.
That makes sense. That relentless inner voice, always comparing, always wanting more, promising happiness but never quite delivering.
That's the ego's game.
So how do our relationships fit into this? Because they often seem like fertile ground for this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the ego feels incomplete, right? So it seeks completion, seeks identity in other people and external situations.
Which leads to disappointment.
Inevitably, yeah.
Right.
Because those external things can't provide lasting fulfillment. And then there's the pain body.
Ah, yes. Tell us about that.
It's described as this accumulation of past emotional pain, like an energy field within us. And it can become active, especially in relationships.
Triggered, you mean?
Triggered, exactly.
Ah.
Causing big shifts in personality, bringing up all the old wounds. It's part of this deeply ingrained collective human dysfunction.
Which makes it hard to let go of painful stories, even when we know they hurt.
Precisely. Because they feel like who we are. It's strangely seductive to cling to those identities, even the painful ones.
And what about when this ego goes collective? Like groups, nations?
Well, that's when it becomes amplified and, frankly, much more dangerous.
Yeah.
The collective ego needs enemies to define itself, to survive and expand.
So it fuels conflict.
It fuels conflict and unconsciousness on a huge scale. So yeah, a personal ego is trouble, but a collective ego, that can be lethal.
Okay, that definitely paints a picture of a difficult situation. So if suffering comes from this mind-made ego, how do we find a way out?
Well, that brings us right to the solution offered. Cultivating presence.
Presence, the power of the present moment. This is introduced as the main portal, right? The entry point into something deeper.
Exactly. Into transcendent consciousness, awareness, presence,
Yeah.
whatever word you use. The egoic mind, it's explained, naturally sort of obscures the present moment.
It's not interested in the now.
Not really. It's mostly interested in the imagined past or future. It's almost like our minds are actively programmed against being present, where the peace actually is.
So how do we cultivate this presence? What are the practices?
Well, one key practice is about not adding any interpretation or any thought to whatever is happening.
Okay, like just observing.
You're just observing. So, for
Yeah.
example, you're stuck in that long airport line again, feeling irritated.
Mm-hmm.
The insight here is that the irritation isn't actually caused by the line itself.
It's caused by.
The suffering was not caused by the external circumstance. It was caused by the narrative in your mind about this circumstance, the story you're telling yourself about the line.
That's a huge distinction. The suffering is the story, not the situation.
Exactly.
But how do you untangle those in the heat of the moment? It feels so automatic.
That's where the practice comes in, you know?
Yeah.
It takes awareness,
Yeah.
and there's this vital distinction made between your life situation and life.
Life situation versus life. Okay.
Your life situation exists in time. That's what the problems are: debt, divorce, health issues, whatever. But life itself,
Life itself is.
but always now. And right now, in this present moment, life is free of problems. As it's put, any problem you have cannot survive in the present moment because problem is burden that you carry in your mind.
Wow. That reframes everything. Problems are mental constructs tied to time.
Essentially, yes. Which leads to the idea of radical acceptance.
Which isn't just giving up. Right?
Not at all. It's described as positive surrender and uncompromising yes to the present moment. You stop arguing with what is.
And that gives you power.
It cultivates great inner power, yeah. Freedom from that inner resistance, which is just another form of negativity that actually feeds the ego. It's about aligning with reality right now.
Okay, so if the ego is the surface I, this noisy thing.
Yeah.
What's underneath? What's our deeper nature?
Beyond that surface, there's the deep I, or space consciousness. It's distinct from the personality.
Who we are beyond the story.
Who you are beyond that. Yes. The still center. The awareness itself. Consciousness. It's not really something you grasp with the mind conceptually.
It's experienced.
It's experienced often in the gaps, they say. The gaps between thoughts, or the silence between sounds.
Like a background stillness.
Yeah, exactly. This is described as the timeless essence identity. It's prior to who you are as a person.
Yeah.
It's the light, the space in which everything else happens.
And how does connecting with that relate to something like faith? Is there a connection?
A direct connection.
Mm-hmm.
Presence is linked to faith, but not faith as a belief system,
Faith as
as a basic trust in life. And that trust arises from that interconnectedness with that place of stillness within.
So when you're connected, there's less fear.
An absence of fear, really.
Yeah.
When you lose that connection, fear is always lurking in the background.
So even casing the impermanence of everything, which the ego usually finds terrifying, can become a doorway.
Absolutely. Becoming aware that all forms are fleeting, like that famous commercial showing a whole life in a minute, can actually strengthen your connection to beingness.
How so?
Because the timeless being, your essence, is not touched by that. When you realize everything changes, you can find the unchanging core within, which brings peace, not fear.
Okay. So grounding ourselves in this presence,
Yeah.
it changes everything. But what does it mean for the things we desire? For creating our reality consciously?
Ah, yes. That brings us to manifestation from Fullness Tolle's perspective on creation.
And the insights here highlight a main mistake people make, right?
Yes. Not
Yeah.
coming from a place of fullness, but coming from a place of neediness, or focusing on lack of abundance. That needy energy. It kind of repels what you want.
Instead of neediness, what's the alternative?
It's about acknowledging the abundance that is already here, right now. Noticing small things. Exactly. In nature, the aliveness in your own body, a breeze, sunshine, a beautiful tree, it's fundamentally an appreciation of the goodness of life that's always present, regardless of your bank balance.
Like the sun constantly giving energy without needing anything back?
Like a perfect symbol of abundance, yeah. It's about shifting your inner state first, from lack to appreciating what is.
That feels foundational.
It really is. And another powerful aspect is the power of giving.
Giving energy, kindness.
Giving energy to other people, expressing kindness. It's seen as this profound form of giving that flows from you when you feel full. and it tends to come back to you in another form.
But it has to be genuine, right? Not out of obligation.
Absolutely. It has to come from that place of fullness, then it feels good to give.
Okay, and how does this link to that classic manifestation advice? Believe you already have it.
Right? That teaching often attributed to Jesus. Whenever you pray for something that you want, believe that you already have it and it will be given to you.
The key is the feeling.
Exactly. The feeling of fullness of life, of completeness, already present now. It's not about visualizing the thing so much as feeling the aliveness that comes from consciousness itself, a sense of inherent okayness, of joy, regardless of what's happening outside.
That really shifts the focus from getting the thing to embodying the feeling.
Precisely.
So if that feeling of fullness is key, how do we cultivate it, especially when we really want something external? And what if the specific thing doesn't show up?
Well, part of it is recognizing that the journey is what matters, not just getting to the destination.
The process itself.
Yes, and sometimes what you desire doesn't manifest, but something else manifests that could be even better.
Like that story of the athlete whose injury led to a more fulfilling path.
Exactly. Or Tolle's own example of being perfectly content with his cheap old Lada car, even later when he had a nicer classic one. True fulfillment wasn't tied to the external form. It's the state you bring to the journey.
And if you do try to manifest from that egoic place, that needy, wanting to be better place,
The warning is clear. Manifesting from an egoic place, wanting superiority, a bigger identity, might still bring you things, but they won't make you happy.
Yeah.
Because to the ego, it's never enough.
that explains why incredibly wealthy or famous people can still be deeply unhappy.
It explains it perfectly. The ego's hunger is bottomless.
Okay. So if stillness, this presence, is the foundation, and conscious creation is possible from that place, how do we actually do things in the world? How do we act?
Great question.
Yeah.
That leads us into the dance of being and doing conscious action.
And the core idea here is that how you do something is more important than what you do.
What you do really is secondary, yes.
Yeah.
How you do it is primary. It refers to the consciousness that flows into what you do, the state of being you bring to the action.
Right.
And there are these two fundamental movements described, in the universe and in us.
Which are?
The outward movement into form, creating, manifesting, doing.
Yeah.
And the inward return movement to the source, peace, stillness, being.
And the challenge is to balance them,
Right.
reconcile them.
To reconcile the two movements, exactly. For our doing to be effective and not create more problems, it needs to be rooted in the eternal dimension, which is stillness.
Otherwise, our actions create more suffering.
Often, yes. More havoc and suffering, if it comes purely from the unobserved mind, the ego.
So with this conscious approach, even obstacles change. They're not just roadblocks.
They become opportunities. When obstacles arise, difficult people, tough situations, conscious doing means you face them not in a state of resistance,
But with presence.
with presence.
Yeah.
And that penetrating gaze of presence can actually dissolve obstacles sometimes. Or it reveals alternative paths. You might even use the obstacle's energy.
Wow. That's the wisdom that comes with non-resistance.
That's it. A different kind of intelligence operates.
It sounds like a much more powerful way to navigate life. But are there pitfalls? You mentioned the ego. Can it creep back in, even spiritually?
Oh, definitely. There's a specific caution about the spiritual ego.
What?
It's when you start identifying with your spiritual knowledge or experiences. It can lead to this subtle or not so subtle sense of superiority.
Like I'm more awake than others.
Exactly. The ego just finds a new, more refined identity to cling to. I am spiritual. I understand things others don't.
Yeah.
It reasserts the old patterns.
So the ultimate aim is to let go of all identities, even the good ones.
Ultimately, yes. There's this practice of not being anybody in particular, shedding those defined roles, spiritual teacher, accountant, whatever.
Because they're just functions, not who you really are.
Currently functions, exactly. Not who you are at the deepest level. This allows you to just be a presence, to become transparent to the light of consciousness. The self that claims credit starts to dissolve.
And when action comes from that place, from pure consciousness,
And an intelligence that is far greater than whatever your mind could manufacture comes through. It inspires action, creativity. It even emanates qualities like peace and aliveness and presence and healing.
so that's conscious creation.
That's conscious creation, where there's nobody to claim credit because it's the universe or consciousness expressing itself through you.
Okay, we've built a really strong foundation here with Tolle's insights, but let's tackle something that I know confuses a lot of people. How do these teachings, with their focus on stillness, acceptance, surrender, How do they fit with other popular ideas, like from Abraham Hicks, which are all about deliberately choosing positive thoughts to raise your vibration?
Right, the focus on positivity.
It feels like a tension, doesn't it? Stillness versus striving for good feelings. This is bridging perspectives, presence, and positivity.
It's a very common question, absolutely. And what we find, looking closely, is actually a really beautiful complementary relationship, not a conflict.
Complementary, how so?
Think of it like this. Presence clears the static. It creates the clear channel.
Yeah.
And positivity fine-tunes the frequency you broadcast on that channel.
Ah, I like that. Clear the noise, then choose the signal.
Exactly. And, Abraham often says, when you release resistance, everything flows to you. Well, what is releasing resistance at its deepest level, if not presence?
That's a great point. Acceptance is releasing resistance. Is there any, scientific support for seeing them as compatible?
Well, from a neuroscience angle, you could say both approaches have backing, just targeting different things. Tolle's presence work helps quiet the default mode network.
The brain's chatterbox, the worry center.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
The part spinning stories about past and future, about me, quieting that is huge, like deep meditation.
Okay. And Abraham's approach.
That taps more into neuroplasticity, cognitive reframing. Deliberately choosing better-feeling thoughts actually rewires neural pathways. It changes your emotional baseline over time.
So presence quiets the noise, positivity sets the direction.
That's a great way to put it. Presence stops the inner static. Positivity gently points the compass towards feeling better.
Okay, that makes so much sense. It's not either. So practically speaking, how do we use this? Day to day, when we're maybe feeling down but also wanting to manifest something good.
Right. We can think of it like a manifestation debug mode.
Manifestation debug mode.
Think of it like running diagnostics.
Exactly. It's a way to find those hidden blocks, those limiting beliefs that might be messing with your abundance signal.
Clearing out the static, finding the glitches in your programming, things running in the background you don't even realize are there.
Old beliefs we picked up somewhere.
Right. So let's switch on manifestation debug mode.
Okay. Activating debug mode. Okay, debug mode. What's the trigger?
A good debug trigger question is, am I bypassing my real feelings right now by trying too hard to force positivity?
Oh, that's good. Spiritual bypassing.
Exactly. And the debug reframe is, instead of forcing a better thought, first just allow yourself to fully feel the emotion, without judgment. Let presence hold the space for it.
So feel it first with acceptance.
Yes. Only then, when you're genuinely ready, maybe when the intensity softens a bit, can a better feeling thought arise more naturally. It won't feel forced.
And what if you're really stuck, deep in a negative spiral, and feeling better seems impossible?
That's where the debug tip comes in. If you're really spiraling, try the Tolle method first. Just observe the emotion.
Don't label it. Don't feed it stories.
Don't name it. Don't feed it. Just be with the raw sensation of it. Allow it fully, without resistance. When it softens, even a tiny bit,
Sure.
then maybe let Abraham step in with a really gentle upgrade, something super small like, okay, maybe I don't need to solve this entire thing right this second. Maybe just for this moment, I'm actually okay anyway.
Ah, a very gentle pivot, not a huge leap.
Exactly. It's about a gentle, allowing shift, not forcing yourself somewhere you're not vibrationally ready for yet.
Okay, we've talked about the concepts, how presence and positivity can bridge, but how do we actually feel that integration? Can we experience it?
Let's try. To ground this idea, let's just take a brief moment together, a little visualization. So if you feel comfortable and you're able to, maybe just gently close your eyes and just take a nice, slow, deep breath in and let it all go. And again, breathing in calm and breathing out anything else. Now, just imagine yourself standing at the edge of a calm ocean. The sun is setting, painting the sky. These beautiful soft colors, lavender, gold. The air feels still but full of potential. And there you are. Maybe barefoot, steady, standing on solid ground. And you notice a tall, elegant lighthouse nearby. This lighthouse, that's you, rooted, still, present. Feel the waves gently lapping, maybe swirling around the base of the lighthouse. These are like thoughts, emotions, memories. Some are gentle whispers. Some might feel a bit louder. But they don't shake the lighthouse. Because you are not the waves. You are the witness. You are the lighthouse. Feel your breath maybe matching the rhythm of the ocean.
Yeah,
Just
pretend.
let each breath just anchor you. You are here. You are safe. You are this moment now. Gently bring your awareness inside, maybe to your heart center. And just notice, perhaps there's a glow there. A soft, steady radiance. Nothing dramatic, just warm. This gentle glow. This is your joy, your inner okayness. It doesn't need to shout or chase anything, it just shines. Softly. As you notice it, maybe it brightens slightly. Like a welcoming fire, warm but not burning. This is your clarity too, your preference, your inner compass. It's not pulling you frantically into the future, it's just inviting you forward. Gently, from this present moment. Whispering of possibility. See if you can feel both energies at the same time. The deep stillness of presence, the solid grounded lighthouse, and the quiet, gentle movement of positivity, that warm glow from within. You don't have to choose. You can be both. You are the lighthouse grounded, present, steady amidst the waves of thought. And you are the glow, that gentle, positive frequency guiding you forward without any force, just invitation.
Both stillness and flow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take another deep breath now and just let go of anything you might be carrying that doesn't feel good right now. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to force a better feeling. You are already aligned with peace just by being present. And you are naturally open to joy. As you start to bring your awareness back to the room, just carry this feeling with you. The ocean of thoughts may move, but the lighthouse remains. The glow is always there. It just waits for your gentle attention. You can come back here anytime. You're not separate from this space. You are this space. Maybe gently wiggle your fingers, your toes, stretch a little if it feels good. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes.
Wow. Okay, that was lovely. We've covered so much ground today. Eckhart Tolle really teaches us the power of being here now, right? Anchored in presence.
Deeply anchored.
And then teachings like Abraham Hicks encourage us to reach for better feelings, to align with positivity.
To deliberately tune our frequency, yeah.
And maybe, as we explored, both are profoundly true, not contradictory at all. Maybe stillness is the essential foundation.
And joy is the natural direction that arises from that stillness.
So if you, listening, have felt confused by these different approaches, maybe you don't need to be. You don't have to pick a side.
Not at all. You get to feel what works for you moment to moment. If presence feels like the peace you need today, beautiful. Lean into that.
And if reaching for a better feeling thought, that positivity, feels like hope tomorrow, that's perfect too.
Exactly. You're not doing it wrong. You're just tuning your own frequency. Gently. One breath at a time.
Which brings us to our final provocative thought for you to maybe mull over. If your state of consciousness, right here in the present moment, truly determines how the future unfolds, and if the universe uses whatever is available to it, including you, to express its own evolving consciousness, then how can you consciously, intentionally offer your presence right here, right now, as a vehicle for that?
How can your presence be your contribution to that universal becoming? Something to ponder.
Indeed. If you enjoyed this conversation, please do check out more of our deep dives. We love distilling these complex ideas.
And if you have topics you're wrestling with, things you'd love us to explore, send them our way. We'd love the challenge.
Absolutely. Until next time, stay present.
And keep feeling for that gentle glow.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.